Hello Clash fans, Trample Damage coming at you today with my new Town Hall 14. So I did rename my unicorn base. It is now called Trample Damage because I think a lot of people were kind of weirded out by like the whole, hey, who's unicorn? But I was the leader in the clan, so which this is the good guys number 3. So what I want to do is I just want to walk you guys through my 5-day boost of the Town Hall when you upgrade from the lower Town Hall. My 5-day boost of everything just ended, and I wanted to run you through what I got with 70 builder potions. Basically had my builders, all 6 of my builders cranking nonstop, nearly at 10 times speed for essentially the last 5 days. And I want to run through what I actually accomplished. Now, people ask me all the time, hey, Trample Damage, what should I upgrade first when I go to a new town hall? And the answer to this is pretty simple. When you think about what you should upgrade, your army stuff, your offense is always what you should upgrade first. Army camps, lab, spell factory, your barracks, dark spell factory, your workshop at Town Hall 12, 13, and 14, and of course at Town Hall 14, the pet house. So, of course, Town Hall 14, you don't have to deal with army camps, and your lab is definitely an upgrade right away. No upgrade needed on the Spell Factory or the Dark Spell Factory. Also, no upgrade needed on the barracks or the Dark Barracks. But we do have 4 upgrades on the Pet House and the Workshop. In addition to your army, we are, of course, considering the clan castle, which I used a hammer of building immediately on the clan castle. I'm going to wind up using my hammers of or my book of buildings, of course, on my workshop, my lab, and my pet houses, or my pet house, but I did use my hammer of building on my clan castle right away so that I could immediately have that 3rd spell in my clan castle. And this is essentially what I got over 5 days of grinding. I have all 4 of my elixir storage now maxed out at level 15, so I can now fit 20 million elixir. I have all 4 of my gold storages maxed out, so I can now fit 20 million gold. So after army, the next thing I always tell people to upgrade are your storages. That way you can get more bang for your buck out of the runes that you wind up picking up along the way, and of course any of the raiding that you wind up doing. Now, I'm going to do a separate small video on this, probably like a YouTube short or a TikTok or something, on the importance of upgrading your builder huts right away when you get to Town Hall 14. The first level of a builder hut that you wind up puts a builder hut at 80 damage per second plus 50 repair damage. I'm going to call that net like 130 damage per second worth of value that you get out of the builder hut. And the only other upgrade that comes close, like you look at the Expo, you upgrade the Expo, you're getting 15 damage per second. Of course, the hit points are great, but the Builder Hut goes from 500 hit points to 1,000. So you're picking up 500 hit points plus 130 collective damage per second worth of benefit. Where the Expo, of course, we did say we're going to wind up picking up an additional, upgrade. You'll pick up the additional 15 damage per second, but only 300 hit points. Even when you look at some of the other powerful defenses, some of the high hit point defenses, you're getting 10 damage per second on a Tesla with only 150 hit points. Your scatter shot, you're only picking up 20 damage per second. Granted, that's splash damage, and you are picking up 600 hit points. But the Builder Hut is such a huge value. The next best thing, in my opinion, after the Builder Hut is the Town Hall. So you'll notice from a defensive perspective, I have all of my Builder Huts at least to level 2, and I have 4 of them currently going to level 3. So those are my first 5 main defensive upgrades, and I currently have my Giga Inferno because, of course, when you upgrade the Giga Inferno, which you can't see it here, but the value that you get out of the poison bomb when you upgrade that is substantially more important. So I do have builders working on, I will have at least one builder working on the Giga Inferno the entire time until it maxes out. Now, the next most valuable defense is going to be your Inferno Towers, largely because when set to multi-target, you pick up a 6th target. So that effectively gives you not just the extra 12 damage per second on the first 5 targets, but an additional 105 damage per second on a 6th target. Now, granted, that's situational because the Inferno Tower is not necessarily always picking up 6 targets, but I do find a lot of value in upgrading the Inferno Towers next. So, recapping what I've got so far, I did, in my 5 days, I maxed my pet house, so I do have a level 4 pet house. I upgraded my workshop so that now I can make the beautiful, beloved, stupid Flame Flinger, because the Flame Flinger is, of course, such an important piece of the Town Hall 14 meta. No need to upgrade the spell factories or the barracks, of course, but we do have the max pet house. We do have the max workshop. We went ahead and upgraded the lab, and we currently have our hog riders, my favorite troop in the game. Our hog riders are going to level 11, and I did use a hammer of fighting on my dragon riders. I love the dragon rider. The Hydra is my biggest, most go-to attack for Town Hall 14. And as soon as that hog rider finishes up in the next day and a half here, I do plan on putting probably my dragons or my balloons next, because those are the key components to my dragon or my Hydra attack, and then quickly followed by the clone spell. Those are the ones that I'm going to focus on most importantly. But so I got my lab upgraded, I got 8 storages upgraded, we got the pet house upgraded, we've got builder huts. All 5 builder huts went up 1 level, along with 4 of them on their way to level 3. We're working on our second upgrade for the town hall. And the other progress I've made, my heroes, with their boost having run out, they're back to where they were. I do have 3 levels of my Grand Warden, 1 level of Barbarian King. For some reason, I don't even remember upgrading my Barbarian King a level, but we went ahead and gave him a level. My primary focus for now is my pets, which I prioritize my yak first and foremost. I only did my Lassie because I had an exact amount of Dark Elixir to get her going, and I thought, sure, why not? Instead of leaving the other 80 hanging around there for waiting for my unicorn. But as soon as I have enough Dark Elixir to upgrade my yak again to level 9, which again, my opinion, the yak is the best pet. I know everybody swears by the unicorn. The yak is such a beast. No joke. So I will be upgrading my yak as quickly as possible to get to level 10 on there. And as soon as I have enough Dark Elixir, I will wind up using some gems, which I did buy myself some gems to celebrate Town Hall 14. And I will be spending those gems on my pets, and eventually I'll spend some on my heroes. But I'm always going into the shop wherever possible and grabbing that book of heroes for 500 gems, because it is a pretty good value. And at this point, I've got all my offensive stuff done. It's just going to be defense from here on out, but whenever I do have enough elixir, I'll put levels into my Grand Warden until my Grand Warden reaches level 55. Once all my pets are done, I will swing back on my heroes, prioritizing first my Barbarian King, then my Royal Champion, and finally my Archer Queen. I know everybody says Queen's the most important, you should do her first, but for me, she tends to hang out in the back of the army, and the extra few levels don't necessarily benefit her for me and most of my attack style the way that some of the other hero upgrades will wind up doing. And then, of course, I will work in toward my defenses. You know, I'll start on my Inferno Towers, my Eagle Artillery, my Expos, my Scatter Shots, and then, of course, I'll start moving on to some of the defenses that are honestly less prioritized, like the Archer Towers and the Mortars and the Cannons and whatnot. But it was a pretty productive 5 days. I mean, a lot of stuff done, because a lot of these upgrades are like 9 or 10 day upgrades already, and to have the 8 storage is already done, plus 4 builders, plus the town hall, plus the workshop, plus the pet house going level 4. Like, I feel like I had a pretty good first 5 days. If you enjoy the video, of course, like it, subscribe if you're not already following me on my other social media. I do appreciate all the support. Don't forget, of course, use code TRAMPLE if you do buy anything in the shop. I know I've been using it for my own personal discounting as I wind up picking up new stuff, because I did also upgrade my wife's old base, her Jane Air base. I recently upgraded that to Town Hall 14, and I never had a rushed base before, but now I have a fully legit rushed base. Like, I've still got some Town Hall 10 defenses on this thing, and it's at level 14 Town Hall. So I'm gonna work on this one a lot. This is one of my biggest projects. I did pick up some gems for this one. I have hardly any magic items though. It's something that I inherited from my wife not too long ago that was still a Town Hall 10. I want to say it was in, like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago was a Town Hall 10, and I just kind of like was just keep upgrading the Town Hall. Eventually, I'd like to have this as one of my premier bases. But in the meantime, Trample Damage saying thank you guys so much. Make sure to share this with your clanmates if you want. It's my pretty standard upgrade priority list for Town Hall 14, which mirrors everything I wind up recommending all the way down to any Town Hall that you wind up upgrading. And we'll catch you guys on the next video.